Hello, I'm working on a mock, so I figured I would stream and see if anybody joins in or wants to chat. So I'm doing it. Sunday evening, did some work on my model yesterday, which I haven't shared any pictures of yet, but I figured out a nice way to angle my walls up on this model, which is using this silvery piece. So yeah, I just figured I'd do some building and stream it and see if anybody's around and wants to hang out. Just also closing a file, so anyway, okay. It's a little better setting some stuff up on my screen. So anyway, so I'll be looking at the camera once in a while to see if anybody's around or anybody's watching. Until then, I'm just going to build. But I'm also going to check Bricklink. I meant to do this earlier and I never got a chance to. Store inventory. It's looking for some parts that I could use and seeing if I have any in my Bricklink store. Dark bluish gray. I have a lot of dark bluish gray, so that's helpful. At the moment, I'm just talking to myself, so, you know. It's getting an unstable connection too, so hopefully it's working okay. Page 5. No, page 4. Do I have any? I have 8 and 28 stock room. Submit. Hey, Mr. Blue, how are you? I was just doing a bit of building, so I figured I'd stream and see if anybody was around. I want to chat. Where are you from, Mr. Blue? Let's see what we got here. What was I working on? Cheese slopes I need to grab into my inventory. I don't have them here. Yellow bricks. So my goal is to empty this bin out too, because it's full of bits and pieces that I've had for this project for a while. I didn't see anybody else streaming tonight too, so I figured might as well hop in and stream. Put some content out for the fun of it. Hop in and stream. Oh, crap. Use content. I didn't realize I was in the stream still. What am I building? Very good question. Close this. I don't need this open. I'm working on a space hanger a space hanger design that I've had for a while. All the white will be replaced by dark gray. Hopefully I'll get it in the next couple of weeks. Let me kill the light here. Does that work better? It looks a little bit more, doesn't shine as much. So this is a space hanger I'm working on, and I've been stumped for the past few weeks on this wall design and how to, oh, sorry, my camera's here, how to make the wall line up. So I was realizing that I could get a nice angle going with these engine exhaust pieces. So I was working on that. And this kind of matches the design that originally inspired this model, which is this corridor. Actually, I think that's the back end. No, that's the right end. So this is a corridor I built a while ago. Actually, hold on. Let's take a step back in time. When this piece first came out, about I want to say about 10 years ago, probably a little bit longer. I originally designed. I wanted to build something to use those and have them join together. So I built this little idea. But the problem was it was always too short for a full-size minifigure, but a dwarf fit. So I was always, in my brain, it was like, oh, I'll make a dwarf set or a dwarf ship or something. I never got around to it, but I did start collecting these parts. So I have a good portion of these parts now. So that led me to this design, and the lights are a little flaky. I need to get better life lights. But that led me to this design of a corridor. Which I'm going to attach to this model somehow, this box somehow. But having these chrome bits in here, or these shiny bits in here, allows me to get the same thing in here as a design. Plus, let's turn that back off. Set that out of the way. Plus, I also have same idea of the design here in the door frame as well. You can kind of see the piece in there. These yellow bits I'm not that fond of. I like the shape of them. And they're an old piece, and they only come in yellow and white and black and a few other colors, but nothing in the newer shades. So for now, I'm leaving that in there just as a corner because it lines up nicely, or at least it gives it a bit of a flow. So, but yeah, working on that. And just getting some building time in. It's been a pretty blah weekend, so it looks really good. Thanks, Mr. Blue. In case someone watches this later, they at least know what we're talking about. So yeah. Have you built anything lately, Mr. Blue? That doesn't really help. I just realized this camera angle is completely buried when I'm building something. 1x2. What was I doing here? I forget. Oh yeah, 2 rows of plates. And then 1x1 on the corner. I don't think I have any more 1x2s in this box. In June, it'll be your 1-year anniversary on YouTube. Cool. I've been subscribed to YouTube for quite many years, but I don't know that I've for posting videos. I mean, I posted some way back when, over the years, but nothing like I've been doing now. So, I find YouTube's helpful these days just to keep up with Lego related news and see what other people are building and gain some inspiration. I'm on, as you know, I'm on Fazoom's chat on Thursday nights usually. Sometimes Monday nights when I can get in. And Fazoom, or after the chat's done, we still sit around and talk for a bit. And I was showing this to John Rudy, one of the chat participants on Thursday night. And we were throwing around some ideas, and I came across the thought of using these metal pieces or these brackets here on the wall on an angle. Because for me, the transition from floor to wall is always a challenge. I'm never really sure how to do it. I mean, I want to use slopes or something to give it a bit of a shape. But there's only so many things you can do with slopes. So anyway. Let's see what else we got here. Plates. So I think someone else might have joined the chat or joined the stream to watch, I mean. So for their benefit. I'm just, what was I looking for? Just forgetting what I'm doing. Just working on my model that I've been working on for the past few weeks, past few days. How long have I been collecting Lego? Since I was a kid. I had an older brother and sister. I have an older brother and sister. They're still around. And they are 6 and 8 years older than me. So I've been, when I got into Lego, they already had a collection that was, decent size for a kid, like especially just starting to do the Lego. So that was probably in the early 80s that I started building with my own stuff and creating my own things. When I was a kid, I wasn't building anything massive or anything of major interest. But, I went through, as I got older, I was still collecting Lego. I kind of stopped through high school like a lot of people do. And then when I got into college, I saw the Star Wars Lego come back in, which was like 99-ish. And that just kind of got me interested again suddenly. So I started collecting at that point. I got back into collecting in 99, discovered our local lug here in Ontario, at least at that time. Realized there was other people like us that collect Lego. Joined that lug in 2000-ish, 99, 2000. Started doing conventions in 2002 at Brickfest in Virginia, Washington, Virginia. Well, no, not Washington, Virginia. Sorry. You know what I mean. In the Washington area. And that led to, just amassing a collection. So basically, I didn't collect Lego for probably about 5 or 6 years of my life. After I got into Lego, obviously as a kid, I wasn't collecting Lego, but and ever since then, I've been building away. So that's why I have a huge collection. I mean, my father was going down to the lower part of California, well, I guess Arizona area, for many years when he was retired. They go down for the winters, and the area they were near was near a little town called Mexicali, which is on the Mexican-California border. And there were flea markets there that happened. And they would go there every week and see what was new and what was interesting. And he started finding Lego there, so he messaged me, I guess called me at that point and said, "Hey, I'm finding Lego. Do you want me to pick it up? It's used Lego." And I was like, "Yeah, sure. How much is it?" And he was like, "Oh, like $4 or $5 here or there." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So that summer that spring when he came back, I went over to see him, and at the time I was driving a Subaru station wagon, and I paid him $150 US, Canadian, I can't remember what it was, and basically filled up the back half of my station wagon. So I meet Fazoom on a stream. The airspace is really cool. Yeah, Fazoom's stuff is awesome. So he's I've known him since probably the second year of Brickfest, so probably 2003-ish or so. And knew of him. Didn't necessarily talk to him that much when I first met him because being kind of shy at that point and not knowing a lot of people, I stayed with my little group of Canadians that went to visit or went to Brickfest. We kind of hung out together, but I mean, we knew them. We just didn't really necessarily chat with them as much. But as the years have gone on, I've gotten to know him. I've seen him at a few shows here and there. So he's a great guy. Yeah. Okay. So I'm working on the cheese slopes that I need to go in here. 1x2 cheese slopes I've got in a bin somewhere else, so I'll leave those for now. I can continue building up at the moment anyhow. Do I have any more bricks in here? Some bricks over here. So. So what's your favorite theme, Mr. Blue? What do you like collecting? Should I go sideways? Yeah, let's go that way. Let's give it a little bit more depth. Okay. Now comes the next question. What do I do on the walls here? Did I get some 1x6s recently? I got one or two. Let's see what I got in the bag. Oh, you buy silver coins. Cool. That would be explain why there's a coin in your YouTube picture. Are you a fan of Lego? I mean, I assume so. You're watching some of our streams. Sixes. Gotta sort that into my collection at some point. Okay. What do I do for these walls? Maybe I'll turn it this way now. So you can kind of see a little bit better. Anyway, so anybody who's joined in the past little while, I'm just working on a Space Hater mock that I've had for a while. Yellow snow slopes. Just had some inspiration in the past few days, thanks to one of my friends online. And so it's, there's already one there, isn't there? Yeah, there's. So that's led me to do some building. So I do build other things besides Space Haters, for the record. I'm a town builder. I'm a castle builder. I have a train layout, which most of my town buildings are in. Well, I mean, those are behind me up on the wall here too. So I go through phases though of what I want to build. So I'm thinking maybe if I use those, if I do two there, if I use, do I have any sports? Thinking maybe I'll put some of those bigger 1x6 by, trying to think of the dimensions, 1x6 by 5 or 1x6 by 6 support girders in here. Give it a bit of a relief. Mr. Blue buys 1 ounce silver dollars and $0.50. Cool. Water is now on the screen. So yeah, I think in a moment here I'm going to go grab some pieces because I didn't think about that beforehand. Oh, hold on, I can still do a few things here. Cheese slopes. Those are too big. Wait, all right. Yeah, where's my other bin? Oh, small slopes right there. Silver prices, yeah. I think a lot of the metals or precious metals are getting up in price these days. Which, I mean, if you're a collector, it's good, I guess, because more profit to be had. There. So, notebooks here. All right, 1x2s. Let's just do that for now. One by twos, 1x2s, 1x2s. Okay. Actually, that's a good idea. That's going to strengthen up this section. Oh, I have some 1x2s in here. So this is a bin of scraps that I've had from from building sections of this display in the past few months. So I'm trying to grab everything I can out of here before I go to my bins. But I'm starting to run out of bits. So, oh, okay, Connecticut, cool. Northeast Connecticut, that's cool. Wait, do I want something behind there? I do. If that's the case, then I need to build something behind there. 1x6s it is. I'm trying to think if I have yellow supports. There's yellow too much. All right, I'm just going to run over to my container of supports. Yeah, we were pretty hot here too today. I was outside for a few times and it just was like, yeah, I'm not staying out. It's a little too warm for me. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to run and grab some pieces. All right. So, yeah, it's not. It's almost summer though. We're a few weeks away. I think. Yeah. 14 or 15 days away from summer. So, but I mean, the end of summer it usually starts to cool down too. So, I mean, summer officially starts in June, if you ask me, temperature-wise. I don't know if I want that piece. What do I got here? So I was thinking of inlaying these type of pieces in here to give it a design. I only have 2 in yellow. A bunch in white though, and I know white on my model has been filler up until now, but maybe I'll start using white in here just for something different. I don't know. I'll build this up a bit. That's a good question, Mr. Blue. I've been in this house for 6 years, almost 6 years in a couple of weeks. And one of the main reasons I bought this house was because it had such a large basement, and it was really an unobstructive basement. There wasn't anything really in the way. So that was one of the reasons for getting this place. But I've been organizing my Lego. When I was a kid, obviously I just had it in a couple of bins, like pretty much everybody, and you just dump it on the floor and rummage through to try and find what you need. I didn't really start organizing probably till early 2000s. So, and at that point, I just started small. I just had one of those old Lego tubs of blue bricks and a Lego tub of red bricks. And then as my finances improved and stuff, and I was able to buy more Lego, I would buy those old Lego 3033 tubs, which was just an assortment of bricks, and they were a good price. And part of the reason why I bought it was because I was using the tubs to store Lego in. So as I bought them, I would sort them into my collection. I would there have more bricks, so I was able to actually divide the tubs into, like split into 1x2 bricks and 2x2 bricks and so on and so forth. And I just slowly kept on organizing. So I've been organizing my Lego for the past 20 years or so, to the point where I'm at now, where I have certain types of bins that work for me. Some of my bins are starting to hit maximum capacity, so I've got to rework some things. But yeah. As for my channel name, the initials of my last name is VW, and I've had a Lego store for probably about 5 or 10 years, well, probably closer to 10 years on Bricklink. And at that point, I called it VW Bricks because of my last name, and I sold Lego bricks. Can't use the word Lego in your name, so yeah, VW Bricks. That's what I decided to use. Years ago, at one of the places I worked, one of my coworkers called me VW as my nickname because we had a couple of Jeffs there. So he always called me VW, and I didn't mind it. I thought it was kind of cool. So the white actually might look good in there. We'll build that up a bit and see. So 1x3 bricks right here. You also watch cooking and baking shows, I guess. Well, yeah. I think if I had more time, I might do some more cooking or baking myself, but it's not necessarily something I'm interested in these days. I mean, I love eating food, obviously, but making it, meh. I do see you on a lot of chats for Lego stuff. Yeah, I was just going to say you spend most of your time in the Lego community, and I was going to say, yeah, I do see you popping up in a lot of different chats with people. So it's pretty cool to see your name pop up in a few places, and probably you know a lot of different YouTube channels that I haven't even been to yet in the Lego community. I just find I don't have enough time in the day to go to them all. All right. Do we have any more 2x2s and 2x3s? No. So, I'll probably stream for another 30 minutes or so and then go offline. Like I said, I was just trying to see if anybody was interested in jumping in. I did it kind of as a last minute thing, so I wasn't expecting anybody to jump in, but if someone does jump in and chat from the message I sent out, then I can stay on some longer. But we'll see what happens. Oops. Just realized I have a stack of 1x1 plates attached to 1x2. So let's just separate those a bit so I know they're 1x2s. 2x2s. So what is it that you like about the Lego community? Like for the chats and stuff? What draws you to it? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I know sometimes when I'm, stressing out or whatever the case is, I like jumping on YouTube as well and just watching other people do stuff. Definitely listening to people's conversations. Like old gray bricks in the summer when I discovered them. For me, it was helpful. It was like, oh, these guys are talking about something I know about. I know some of these people. I met a bunch of new people. Started participating in the chats, eventually got invited into them. I mean, it helps that I knew them as well over years gone by. So, oops, come on. Times like this, I realize I probably should get a bigger table of some sorts in the future. But it is what it is right now. Where's my 1x6 bricks? They're over here. And I'm very fortunate to be able to have a lot of Lego bricks at my disposal. But I mean, that's just also from years of building different things and amassing a collection. Yeah, I've heard of some people that have been in that situation where they lose a loved one, and it can mess with you and lead to some issues. It's never fun, and unfortunately, it's the way life is sometimes. Oh, I just realized how tall am I making this door? I'm going to leave this brick off for now. I'm going to have to figure out what to do there. And also if I'm going to cover that door up with something. Okay. Anyways. So. I don't know. Not sure if I like the look of this yet. Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as you're watching something you like and makes you happy, that's the important part, being happy. So. Don't know about this. So, since you've been on a bunch of, or you've visited a bunch of different YouTube channels, is there any ones you really like? Do I like any other themes like Star Wars? Star Wars got me back into Lego when I was in my dark ages and wasn't building. So, I mean, I have an appreciation for Star Wars. I stopped collecting Star Wars for the most part probably 5 or 10 years ago, just because a lot of the models were starting to repeat themselves. So I just never really got into it. My son is still a little bit of a Star Wars fan, so we still have Star Wars Lego coming into the house and stuff, but not as much as it used to be. Other themes that I like a lot of themes. I mean, town, castle, space, pretty much anything really. But I mean, I build in micro scale. I build some larger structures from Toronto and stuff, some larger buildings. So I always have projects going on. I always have things in my head, but I don't always have time to do them all or the parts to do them all. So they just sit in the back burner until I get the parts I need. So. You've learned a lot from us guys. Well, that's cool. Who's your favorite? Who have you learned a lot from, or who's one of your favorite channels that you follow, or what's one of your favorite channels that you follow? I'm always wondering if I'm missing some stuff here and there. And I don't. I have a bunch of things that I watch, but I never have time to watch everything. So, you know, if there's something I'm missing that I wouldn't mind checking out, that'd be cool. Darkstone Brick Modified. Darkstone Brick Modified. Do I not have that bin? I do not. I'm just going to grab one more bin. Ugh. Ah, yes. Yeah, ADHD is not fun for concentration in school. So, okay, those white, just looking at the picture, these white things almost like make it look like a barn. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Let's do that there. This here. I think I need these for a while, so I'll put this bin over here. Let's see what else we got going here. Okay, getting into a more technical part now. Yellow small slopes. Wrong bin. Small slopes 1x2. It's hard to close these bins sometimes. Where's my other small slopes now? There it is. Excuse my arms across the camera. I probably should have put it higher on the screen. Put it higher up. Easier, not as much in the way. Anyways, I'm going to read that post in a second, or that comment. Did I grab 1x2s? I thought I did. Anyway, okay, what do we got here? Yeah. My son has a bit of, I'll say more mild ADHD related symptoms. And I know it's hard to find the right kind of medicine as well that will help out, but not, right here. That'll help out, but not completely mess up your system. So, but yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's hard to find the right ones. So many different combinations out there. And it gets tough, right? You don't know. It's hard for them to know what works. It's hard for you to explain it to them. So, okay, now I have a bit of an issue to deal with. I need more of those pieces. So I'm going to work on the top part of the door. But I got to figure out how to get the angle right for this so that it goes back that way. And I don't think I can do it the same way I did it on the bottom. Because on the bottom I just used a hinge piece or a hinge brick. But it's going to be upside down on this one. So I have to figure that out. Oh, maybe I can do it sideways. Just got something blinking on my screen here. Me, nothing. Okay. So today I've been feeling kind of blah. I had to work this morning early for a few hours, and then I slept in after that. I went back to bed, slept in, and it's a blah day for me. So I'm not really feeling the building after a while, but I'll stay on for a little bit longer. I hear hearing aids, and that didn't work. Yeah. So I guess you're having problems like here. Are you having problems hearing conversations type thing, or is it just hard to focus on the individual talking? Okay, I think that'll work. Question is, do I have that piece here? Oh, I do. Okay, I got too many boxes of bins or bins of brick here. Let's sit down now. Over. Oh, they don't make one of those upside down. Let's see how that goes. I don't think I need that anymore for now. Yeah, hearing aids are definitely not cheap. At some point, I'll probably need to get some too. My hearing's starting to go. See, I don't want to do that because that's going to stick out, and I don't want that yet. So, okay, so that's off the drawing board for now. I was thinking of duplicating this bottom section, but I'm not going to do that because it's just not going to work. All right. So I'm just going to build this back a bit. It's there. Two by three, strengthen that up. Always overlap the bricks. Anyways, what else we got going here? Okay. Not sure how we're going to make that work yet. I think it's a plate higher. So 1 by 2 plates. I have one sitting here somewhere. Yes, I did. Two. So I thought I did. Thanks, Mr. Blue. It's coming along. It's not, don't know that I like it yet, but that's one of the things I've always learned is that, you know, if it doesn't look right at first, just keep trying different things until you can make it work. I'll probably tear this down apart again at some point and try again. You know, it's just throwing the ideas out and seeing what sticks. So, I think that's going to help. Although, no, it's not the right. Maybe another plate high. Just play with this one side and see how it looks. This guy. that looks like it could work. Oh, it's been too far though. Maybe one more plate outwards. Arg. I've got more 1x2 plates in here. Oh, and thanks for all the comments on my YouTube videos, Mr. Blue. I appreciate it. It's nice to know people are watching and enjoying it a bit. So that is a hair too high. So what can I do to fix that? If I change this into a headlight brick, I have some more yellow headlight bricks here. Hey, if no one was, hey, Brickham, sorry, if no one was joining in, I was going to end it at some point, but if you want to join in and chat, you can. I dropped a link in our chat channel. So. I'm just building and killing some time. Yeah. So, like I said, if no one joins in, I'll call it soon, and if someone does, then join in, and you're just asking that in our chat. And I'm starting to get warm. It's funny, it's cool down here because I'm in a basement. But after wearing a sweater for a while, it starts to get colder, or it starts to get warmer. So I'll keep my eye on the chat or on the stream, Rick. When you're ready, jump in, and I'll add you in. One more plate. I think this will do it. It did, but it's not the right height. Hi, Steve. Welcome. I'm just to recap what's going on. I'm working on a Lego build right now for a space hanger, and I figured I'd stream it and keep some people entertained, hopefully. Rick, I'll stay on for another 20, 30 minutes type thing if you want. If you don't show up by then, I'll drop off. But, jump in when you can. So, yeah, welcome, Steve. Part of me is wondering how you discovered my channel. Did I just pop up on your YouTube feed type thing, or did you follow through from somewhere else? It's not like I really care about how the analytics and stuff of YouTube work, but it's always interesting to see how things happen. Ooh, set up 1,000 square foot basement for my collection. Cool. Now I have to do the math though. 1,000 square feet, 10 by 10? No, 100. What's the dimensions of your layout, your room? Now I have to quickly, well, I guess 25 by 25 would be 1,000, wouldn't it? I think. Google, calculator time. Of course, I didn't hit the calculator. Oh, yeah, I did. I also hit F12 and got code up from the page. Let's just figure this out quickly. 25 by 25. There's a random Ziploc bag on my keyboard. That's always annoying. No, that's only 625. Oh, 10 by 50. Anyways, so 20 by 10 by 50 is 10 by, anyways, whatever. Hello, Steve. Welcome. Yeah, setting up a Lego room is always fun. Trying to figure out how to do stuff, how to make it work for your collection, and also make it work if your collection gets bigger. that's always a fun challenge. Oh, so you probably maybe got to my channel from my my video on my Lego room or something like that. So I mean, as I was telling Mr. Blue earlier, this Lego room has been in the works since 2015 when I moved up here. Then I have an earlier iteration as well from years gone by. Like from my old house, I had a room that was probably about half the size. So I feel like I've already gone into this bin to get the part that I needed, but I don't see it on my table here. So I'll grab a few of these. Just scanning your YouTube channels. Building tables are 16 feet by 16 feet. Not sure what you mean by your building table. I mean, is that what you build on is 16 by 16? I'm assuming it's not a square, or maybe it is, if it's L-shaped. I don't know, so many questions. I could definitely use a little bit more room on my build table right now, because this is one of those IKEA tables. It's L-shaped, which they don't sell anymore, which doesn't help as well. It's like an L-shaped desk, and it's only 2 feet wide, I think. When at the time it seemed okay, but when I've got a bunch of bins sitting here as well as what I'm working on, it does limit the availability. Rick, who might join in a little bit, he's got a nice layout because he's got like a horseshoe-shaped build area. So he's got 3 L-shaped IKEA tables kind of looped together. It's not working either. Oh, okay, U-shaped building area between. That's an awesome idea. So I also have my computer kind of in the corner, like on the curve of my corner. But I definitely want to eventually make my building table a little bit larger. I've also debated a standing table to build on. One of my good friends has a standing table set up, and it's quite nice as well. So just trying to figure out these brackets here. Oh. So arc. Is that fitting? No, it's barely. So I need to go like a half a plate higher, or no, a quarter plate higher. Do I have any Lego City? Yes, I do. Well, I mean, there's some behind my head. Like the Lego City sets, I do have them as well. I collect the modular sets more than Lego City necessarily, but I've been collecting Lego City over years because, you know, there's lots of cool parts in those. Oh, wait, if I did, no. All rows cover acro mills, floor to ceiling, sterilite on your foundation walls. Cool. Yeah, I've been using, well, since I have them all here, IKEA shelving, the Ivar shelving. But if you're going with that and you don't have deep bins, go with the narrow shelves, because these are all the deep shelves, and I've got about 6 inches behind the bins that I could easily have filled in or had pushed against. It's not like I have an issue with space here that I need the extra space, but you know, it would have been nice. So I use, from my original sorting system years ago, though, the only bin I really still use from that is these Plano tackle boxes, which these are, I think they're Plano 3700s is the model number. They don't make this one anymore, at least not in this variation. They're 6 by 24, 4 rows with up to 24 storage spots. I'll see if I can open this. And, well, actually, you know what? I can do it in front of the build camera here. So these ones have a divider every like inch or so. In most pockets, like in some of these, there isn't a divider. But so I can go with smaller areas, or I can make them larger as I go. Plano doesn't sell this exact bin years ago. Sorry, Plano I think I was reading your years ago in your reply, Steve. Plano doesn't make this bin exactly as it is right now. They do have a Rust-Oleum product I was looking at a couple of days ago on their website, and it's the same configuration, but it's like chemically treated to, because it's for lures, it's chemically treated to not let your lures rust. So I don't think there'll be any issue with having those to hold Lego. And the price of them was somewhere in the $9 US category, so it's about what I was paying for these when I bought them. But I stopped buying them because they stopped selling that model, because these used to be available in my Walmart years ago. These ones here, the same one I was just talking about. And Walmart stopped selling them, so I couldn't get them anymore. And now recently, in say the past 5 or 10 years, well, 7 or 10 years, I've been switching over to these bead boxes from our Michaels. That they're like $4.50 Canadian type thing. 17 compartments. They're exactly 7 studs by 5, 7 by 5. So I can get a good amount of Lego like crammed into these. I'm just trying to see if I have one that actually has a lot of bricks in it up here, which I don't at the moment. So I was ushered out of the Dark Ages by Bevins about 2 years ago. Not quite sure what Bevins is, but I'm glad someone ushered you out of the Dark Ages, because it's fun to build Lego. It's a creative outlet. It lets you know, lets your mind go and stuff. And stuff. That's my technical term now. And stuff. Still trying to figure out this angle here. That almost goes. Just try and get everything to line up nicely so it's so it matches the bottom. It's totally flush at the bottom, so it has to go a half stud inward, and technically a half stud up. Okay, so based on that, if I go this way with a couple of plates, I think that'll work out. Yeah, okay, that does it right there. I don't know if you can see that, but just an interesting angle in here. Okay, collected over 750,000 pieces for the past 35 plus years. Yeah, similar story. Gave Daryl Bevins some 9-volt track, his March mail time video. I've never heard of Daryl Bevins. I'm going to quickly pull him up on YouTube and see what he's all about. I'm assuming he's a YouTuber. Of some sorts. Oh, Bevins Bricks. Okay. I'm assuming that's, yeah, Daryl Bevins. YouTube. Okay, my computer's taking forever, probably because I'm streaming. Bevins Bricks. That's what I like about the community too. There's just so many people out there. You know, there's a lot of people that are streaming and stuff. That Daryl Bevins guy looks familiar to me. Oh, I've seen some of his models before. Okay, cool. I'm just looking at a Lego Cubicle mock that I just saw recently on Instagram. So I'm pretty sure that I have seen some of his stuff before. Didn't know he had a YouTube channel though, so I'll check him out later. So, okay, I have got the angle I need here, and now I gotta look at how I did it, what it is. Oh. So it's 2 plates, an angle bracket out, 3 more plates. Where's my 1x2 plates? So you already have your system, your sorting system figured out for your new Lego room, Steve? Oh, someone is joining.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, you?
Good. Good.
Sorry, I tried to get in here as quick as I could, but
That's okay. I was bored and didn't have much to do, so I figured I'd build a bit, and I figured,
that's
hey,
cool.
I can always stream it too, and see if someone wants to jump in and chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Mr. Blue's in the chat here, and Steve Weiser.
Steve Weiser, yeah.
Oh, you know Steve, or have you
I
heard of him?
don't. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think we've.
You've just been listening in, so.
A little bit, yeah. I missed most of it, but hello, everybody. I am Rick.
Rick, yes. Sorry. Here's the introduction. He just did it. Done.
I'm Rick.
He's Rick. Rick and I live fairly close, I guess, in the context of Ontario. We've never
Grand
actually
scheme
met.
of things, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we've never met, but we've been in a few streams together now.
Yep.
So when COVID is completely a thing of the past, I'll probably see if we can meet up at some point. Chat.
100%. And I'm thinking maybe there's a chance in the future that we could possibly get a team of people together and go down to a show or something.
Oh yeah, I'm there. I'm already in the car driving. No.
Awesome.
So I've been working on this space. Well, continuing my next moon base or space base thing.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the white yet.
Oh, you think it's like too contrasty?
Well, I mean, white, gray, and yellow do go well together, I find.
Yep.
I just don't know. I always had problems with building walls, like the angle for the walls. So as I was showing earlier, I'm using that.
Oh, that's awesome.
That exhaust piece gave me an idea. After Fazoon's chat on Thursday, I was talking to, and I've lost his name now. It'll come to me. I was talking to one of the guys after the chat, and we were throwing ideas around, and I thought, oh wait, I can use that because I've used that in my corridor, like in this thing, right? I've used that, and this is what originally inspired me to build this base. So I figured, hey, if I can use that piece throughout it, it'll make it a little bit more cohesive. But now it's like trying to figure out the rest. And like I said, walls are always difficult just because trying to find a pattern that at least makes it look interesting. But
rather than just 90-degree blah.
Yeah, to me that just says farm. I don't know.
Yep.
I guess if they're black on red, it would be worse. But
yeah, no, I like what you've done there, and I actually really love that exhaust piece. Is it just pearl silver? It's pearl silver, isn't it?
It does come in a few other colors.
Okay.
They're most abundant in this shade.
Right.
So, and I mean, years ago I built this.
Oh, cool.
Which was just trying, like when these first came out, like early 2008, 9.
Yes.
But it's dwarf size. So.
I love it.
Yeah.
Dwarf size.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't fit a full fig, so I was always trying to figure out how to do it. And then, like the past half a year or so, I realized I could put some Technic in between it to make it a little bit thicker,
right on.
Bigger. So, but so we've been doing this week.
Well, yesterday was a bit of a wash, but today I have been slaving away trying to get my next video finished. So,
okay. Any hints?
Yeah, I can show you what it's going to be on.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, show me and the other two people.
I can show everybody here in the chat. It's going to be on this set right here.
Okay, cool. Hold on, I'll do this. Yeah, there we go. That's a cool little set.
Yeah, it is. So it's kind of I had planned on doing. I got 3 Jurassic sets for Christmas from my wife, the biggest being the T-Rex Rampage, and I did plan to do reviews on the other 2. I've got 2 other small sets like that, but I was kind of holding off because I wanted to get some other stuff done. And then my Jurassic video hit over 1,000 views.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked. It's actually at 11:35 right now or something.
Okay. And was it just like a review of the set, or just a build, or like what?
It is. It's just a review of. It's kind of like a somewhat comical. I mean, I put some comedy in there.
Okay.
Review of the T-Rex Rampage. Yeah.
Okay.
It's about 16 and a half minutes long, I think.
Okay. I don't know that I've actually had a chance to watch it, so
yeah,
I'll add it to my list.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It was the first. So that's my fourth video, and it was actually the first video where I was really starting to feel like super comfortable.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because doing that is always it's always frustrating sometimes when you're trying to get a video and trying to, it's like as you're talking, you said something wrong, and it's like, do I redo it or do I come back? I try not to do editing too much in my videos because that just makes it take longer.
It does. Just finished mounting. Oh, cool. I've been thinking about those Acro Mills cabinets actually.
Yeah. I always thought, now I have to quickly Google them because I'm trying to remember. Are those just the yellow blue bins that go on the racks, or?
No, they make a whole assortment of. I mean, that might be what he's talking about, but they have like a clear faced large and small drawers.
Oh yes, the ones that pop like Home Depot uses for. All
they have those that sort of angle down, but they also have I think drawer style.
Okay.
Like I've got these behind me here. These are just a Canadian Tire.
Yeah,
quickie
Canadian version. Actually, here.
Well, just Canadian Tire. It's like a small version of Sterilite.
Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll just share.
Sure.
Because that just makes it easy. Share screen. Move this over here. Move this over here. Just share the right screen because the dimensions are always weird. Okay, share screen.
Excuse me.
Share.
I hope that wasn't loud.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, these types of things. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, the cabinets are cool. Yeah, I mean, I have a few. Oh, trying to scroll down on that screen. I've had a few of these in the past, and I probably had about 4 or 5 of them, and then realized that it slowly
was not
became
working.
too. Yeah, my collection was too big for the bins. So starting to label the drawers.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
And see, this is actually my dream right there. To have like just a plethora of drawers, and each drawer is specialized to a part, or maybe a couple of shared parts, like some slopes or something.
Yeah, something that would fit in, and and I mean that's one of the that's always been a debate of mine too. Is just like you go from a small drawer, like half of a small drawer, to a full drawer, to something bigger, to something bigger. Yep. Eventually, you exceed that, right? Like bricks can't go into those things that easily.
No, I mean,
right. So then,
the larger ones. The nice thing is that the drawers that they have get down to so small that it's perfect for small parts, like Technique bushings or 1x1 studs, that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, like for me, I still,
these things are
this style where these are all my 1x1 to 2x2 plates.
Yep.
So if I'm building, like literally on my desk here, I have most of my dark gray and green
all in one tray.
A little bit yellow, and it's all here.
Yes.
So for me to build, I can go here. I've got a little bit kind of packed away over here too, the stuff I don't use as much. But hey, someone else is here. Hey, Chantel.
Ah, look who it is. Hey, Chantel.
Long time no chat.
And
then she disappeared.
I have to fix my camera.
That's all right.
You actually showed those bins off about a week ago, was it?
Yeah, I did a gray, sorting some of my gray stuff, and
I like those. And you, admittedly, you have a collection that's probably 4 times the size of, maybe 5 times the size of mine. It's so for me, everything I need literally is like in these bins.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's pretty much Yeah. That being said, I have more that's on the floor that isn't in those bins. So eventually I will run out of room. So about sorting, when I got back into this in 2017, I was fresh. I didn't really know, I didn't have any sorting patterns. So the first thing I did was went by color, because we see color first, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I've kind of done these bins. But then I broke it down a bit more and went into some common parts like plates, bricks, slopes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I mean, there is a progression. Actually, I'm going to pull up the Lugnet post from years ago, because Lugnet used to be the community forums back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and there is a 7 stages of sorting post there.
Oh, cool!
And I was actually thinking of doing a chat session Wednesday night, maybe.
Yes, you were going to talk
sorting, and kind of go over and talk about how we all sort, because
then
everybody sorts a little differently, but. it's always interesting to see that. And I don't know if you were watching Fazoom's chat on Thursday.
I missed it.
Okay, so Adrian Drake. Ugh. He, I don't know if you know his work, but he builds massive things. He builds he's built the DS9. So you've probably seen a picture of DS9 built from Star Trek.
Okay, is it the large?
Yeah, the large space station.
Yeah, it was at Bricks Cascade.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was there.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh yeah, then I met him.
Yeah, okay. So he has a huge collection, but his collection is basically like if he's building something, he'll buy the parts for what he needs. He doesn't have a lot of stuff that he doesn't use necessarily. Right. But he was sorting some of his stuff, and he pulled out a bin of his Technic bricks, and it was all his 1x2 Technic bricks with holes in them, like with a single hole, but they were all in one big, huge bin. And I'm like, how is that efficient? Because they weren't in bags by color or anything like that. It was just they were in there, and I know it's easy to pick them out. Yeah. But to me, it's just like, what happens if you need 1x4 bit bricks? Yeah. Now you've got to pull out a whole other bin, right? Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't want to say too much because I would like to save it for the discussion
for sure.
On Wednesday. But I know that for me, eventually I will get down to going back to blending the colors. Like once I get the part type down to a finite enough arrangement, then I'll start mixing the colors because it's easier to pick a color out than it is a part.
Yeah.
So if you have a whole bin of 1x1 studs, but they're all different colors, you can find the red one more easily than you can find a stud amongst a brick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think and like I said, we should probably hold this off until next.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just, I'd rather have everything of that color that I need on my desk as I need it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Versus having 20 bins for all the plates.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Anyway, hey Chantel, how you doing?
Hi.
What have you been working on?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Sorry.
I'm planning on doing a trial of Tuesday night streams. So I had got these, but all the pieces were mixed up. So I went on the brick set and found which pieces went with which pod and sorted them all back into the right one, so they can be built up.
Cool. Yeah, those exopods were cool. Exopods? No, Xpods? Xpods.
I got a few of those pods in a bulk lot that I picked up a while back, and they're cool. They were fun little builds, but that's awesome.
Yeah, we all loved them because they had the different trans colors. So like a trans yellow, trans red, trans orange,
purple.
Yeah. So I mean, for mock building, right? It's kind of cool to have that. Mm-hmm. So. Steve's saying he sorts by part and color. My collection is too large for any other method. Yeah, and I do get that. And I mean, the thing is, that collection, your collection gets large enough that you could sort the way I sort, but I've got like $3,000 in bins over the past 10 years.
And that's just the bins. Yeah,
and that's just the plastic.
Yeah,
right?
The plastic bins.
Yeah, and I mean, I like my system and it works for me, so I didn't mind. And that's over 10, 12 years, 20 years, whatever, of buying the parts. Brick World Chicago, if I manage to go next year or the year after, Plano is actually made in Chicago, Illinois, not Plano, Texas. Or no, sorry, Plano, Illinois, not Plano, Texas. And it's about an hour's drive from Brick World Chicago. So last time I was there, I came down with someone else. So I rented a car and drove up there, and I basically bought a bunch from their storefront. Bought a bunch of bins that were in their discount area. So that's a great way to save some money.
That is. So how do you deal with duty at the border?
Well, I just told. I didn't buy. Like I may have bought under $100, but I was there for 4 or 5 days, so it didn't really matter. So I mean, I was there long enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I do, I wouldn't mind getting it that way again. And if I do, I'm definitely going to drive myself this time. Because at the time we only had one car in the family, and we had a wife and kid at home. So it's like, yeah, I'm not taking the car. You kind of need that. But yeah. But I was able to catch a ride with someone else. So.
Yeah, when like milk and dairy was cheap down there, we used to go camping, and we made sure that we were down there enough days so that we could get back without duty or something like that.
Yeah, because I think after 4 or 5 days or something.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And you get like $700 you can bring back. So, but But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get out to the States again soon.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I really wanted to go this year. I had big
Yeah.
plans to go this year, but
So
The other thing for color is that you don't necessarily need to sort by exact color. What I do is I do earth colors and
Oh,
then
yeah.
I do like bright colors.
yeah, and that's kind of like, you have everything in one bin, and then it gets too full,
Yeah.
so then you still separate it by grays in one, and black and white in another, maybe, or something, just
Like
so you can still
different
find your
shades of
parts.
green.
But then eventually it gets wider, more and more and more, and
that's how it went for me with my like I got a lot of black, a lot of white, dark bluish gray, all that. But then when it comes to the greens, it's just one bin for all the green.
It also depends on what you're building. If you're doing like a lot of nature styled builds, then you put all those pieces you might need in a bin.
Yeah. So.
Check these guys out.
Oh, Mr. Blue says hi, Chantal.
Oh, Mr. Blue.
Mr. Blue was keeping me company from pretty much shortly after I started. So, dinosaurs,
Are they cool?
pterodactyls. This is the current ones, right?
This is the Jurassic set, yeah.
Yeah, the current ones. Okay,
Yeah.
those are awesome.
So this is actually still available in the store too. So
Okay.
yeah, this has a little mouth that does its thing too.
Wow, it's gotten so much better than the old school dinosaurs.
For sure.
But,
It's a cool little set. It
mhm,
really is.
yeah. Fortunately, there's too many Lego sets out there, and it's hard to
There really
Get them
is.
all, yeah.
get them all.
Thankfully, this was a gift, so I didn't
Yes,
have to
gifts are
choose.
good. Gifts are great in that case.
Yeah.
So,
I saw someone posted on Marketplace a whole bunch of Jurassic World sets for like $25, but I didn't end up getting it. It's okay. It was just crazy. I'm like, do you actually know how much these are worth?
Yeah.
Because some of these dinosaurs themselves cost more than that.
Yeah.
When was this?
This afternoon, I contacted them, but
Go
it
ahead.
already
You can go
sold.
check. Oh, it already
Oh.
sold?
Yeah.
Because they posted it for way too low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
Sometimes what I've seen is people will let them know because they don't always know what the worth is. Like I posted a model car that's apparently like a really rare one
Mhm.
and is worth 180 or something, and I posted it for 10.
Oh, jeez.
Oopsie.
It's a lot
A lot to manage. Just started the inventory my sets on Brickset. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Brickset is fun for doing that.
Yeah, I thought about doing
Mhm.
that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, Steve's probably got a collection that's 5 times the size of mine. So, and mine's not small. So, I can only imagine the struggles.
Those are great.
Yeah, I'm on here, or I've got my. I haven't actually logged anything for the past couple of years on mine. I used to do it every few years. I'll update my inventory, but it's cool because you can see, I have 2,684 minifigures, or 2,800 or 684 individual minifigures, and 3,849. Yeah, I own 3,800 figs, and 2,600
Wow.
unique ones.
I mean, you're getting close to that guy that set the record.
No, I'm nowhere near. I only have 2,400 sets.
No, but he had what was it, 5,300?
Oh, 5,300. Yeah, I still question that one, but but I mean, you can also see your ranking. Like I'm 468th in Brickset.
Oh,
So nowhere near the top.
that's
It
cool.
also, like for Guinness World Records, it also depends on who's applies. Because if you have more, you
Yeah.
just have to apply, and some people just don't bother.
Yeah, exactly. But oh, that's going. Oh, apparently I have 1,900 unique sets, 1976 unique sets. But anyways, it's kind of cool to see the data and to see, how geeky you really can be. But yeah. It's also a lot to keep track of every once in a while. Like
Well-
for me, sorry, go ahead, Steve, Rick.
No,
Rick.
you can call me Brick if you want.
Well, because I looked over at your name on the side because you just chatted as I was saying your name, so I wrote Brick. Yeah,
That's okay. Last night in a stream with Brett and I called Brett Rick. So
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
well, there you
funny.
go.
it happens.
We'll just call everybody Rick.
I know. Hey, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Nice to meet you.
But yeah, so like what I usually do is I've got a stack of instructions for all the sets we bought over the past few years, and I have my Bricklink store, so I'll throw the instructions onto my Bricklink store after a few years.
Right.
Because adding them right now, like if I get a new set today and I put the instructions on, they're going to be worth 10 cents or something like that. So I figured if I wait till most of them are out of production, then at least I'll get a better price on them. Because that offsets my shopping costs and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean, it pays for my hobby. So, but as I do that, then I'll download the digital copy of those instructions right away and put it into like my hard drive that I've got all those on, and then I add it to my Bricklink inventory as well to say, or my Brickset inventory to say, okay, yeah, I have this set. So
yeah,
I'm definitely gonna get that a Brickset thing started because I'll start with my complete sets, of course, right?
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I've got a whole whack of minifigs just right here from. I'd say I've got about 150 just right there, which is nothing compared to 3,800. But
yeah, yeah, you probably have more than that, though. I mean,
no, I just have them. Yeah, I have more than that, but the ones that I have complete built.
Wow.
And I made a list of them. Oh boy.
You made a list in a 32-gallon tub
of just instructions.
Yeah. Well, that's why I started selling instructions, because it's like digital ones exist.
Yep.
I don't really intend to rebuild any of my sets necessarily, and if I do, digital instructions exist. And you know, cafe corner instructions. My sister actually was talking to me for like 2.5 hours today because she started watching my YouTube channel. Coincidentally, she might be one of our viewers right now, so it's sis. You know, we were chatting away, and I looked up the price of the cafe corner instructions, and I sold mine for about $100 like 5 years ago. And because of the pandemic and the fact that there's only 2 available right now, the cheapest price is $600.
Yikes!
And
for
like
paper.
looking at the sales history, the average price for the past 6 months was $350 for the set or for the instructions. So it's like, why wouldn't you sell them? I mean, unless you really want to keep them.
Yeah. Especially, you can just use digital and a digital version. It doesn't make a huge difference.
And it takes up less space.
My problem is, in when it comes to sets, I'm a bit of a completionist. Not for having the entire series, but having the box, the instructions, and the pieces all together.
Yeah, I use boxes now to ship stuff with. Like
there you go.
Instructions. Like I used to keep the boxes, but it got unmanageable.
Well, yeah. Again,
and it was like, you know what? Forget it.
I can sustain it right now, but eventually what I'll do is I have them all still in their original shape, like they're not broken down. I'll break them down first.
Yeah.
And then once that becomes too cumbersome, then I'll start to probably purge. Yeah.
So are all the boxes above your head empty boxes then?
No, those are actually unopened, sealed sets right now. That's what I have coming up it's my backlog.
It's your backlog.
It's my backlog of shame.
Also known as his flex.
Yeah. Look at these sets. Look at them.
Or you have a fake flex, which is empty boxes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I found these in the dump. They're just the boxes that aren't actually on the sets.
These are just replicant boxes. They're not even real Lego boxes. They're just printed paper stuck onto random. Hey, look who it is, Mr. McElwee.
Hey Jeff, do you want to jump in? If so, I can send you a link. You want to chat?
Get him in here. So Jeff, I was going to ask you. Yeah, there's nothing like having 2 Jeffs on the stream. I wanted to ask you, what's your end game plan for your collection? Like, have you thought about retiring it and what you will do when it comes time to selling it off, or passing it down to somebody? Or
well, I mean, I pass it down to my kids, I guess technically. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, that's fine, Hoser.
Yeah. Fine, get out of here then, eh?
Yay. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I mean, this is my hobby. I mean, I guess when I get to the age where I can't build anymore, my kids aren't interested in it, then it'll be my retirement fund, I guess.
Yes.
But I mean, I'll still be working at that point because I'll be doing the Bricklink sales and stuff on the sets. But
which is awesome.
Yeah. Selling off the instructions does make it hard to do anything with it though, because I can't necessarily sell them as complete sets because I don't have the instructions anymore, right?
That's right.
But
you're going to sell it more on volume, right? Like just sheer amount of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like I could list 1,000 1x2 bricks or whatever, and
exactly.
But I mean, again, also that's also harder to do because you get color and wear and scratching and stuff like that. Like it's a lot to organize that type of stuff.
Yep. So-
But yeah,
I'm going to have to. This is funny. I actually haven't been to your Bricklink store, so I'm going to have to hit you up because there are some parts that I would like to buy
okay,
that you may have.
yeah. Well, if you want to, the name's right there.
Ah,
There
let
you
me
go.
go look.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Never mean. Never mean.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have a huge thing. Like I have more instructions probably than parts. Well, I don't know if that's true anymore. But you know, if you're looking for something in dark gray or light gray, or might be a little bit harder to find just because I use those colors.
Right.
But
I see.
But
okay, let me remember how to use Bricklink for that.
oh, Rick.
I know. I mean, for this particular, I can't just search VW Bricks because
yeah, you can. If you go to store name, if you get in the search and you drop down on the drop down box, you can choose store name.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I thought I could.
Type in VW Bricks that way.
But I didn't see it at first. I was just looking for name, not store name. Yeah, there you are. So you're actually JV Winden. That's
Yeah, that's my Van Winden's my last name. So.
Oh yeah, there's your store. There's your store. Okay, here we go. So I'm looking for some wheels.
Canadian Jeff, where do you stand with mini foo figures?
Mine mini
American
figures.
American Jeff, what the are you talking about?
Yeah,
that's not even a word.
He must be on. He must be smoking the Kijiji again.
Mini figures. Where do I stand with minifigures? Maybe that's minifigures. Jeff, if you're trying to sell me a Captain America again,
it has to be minifigures.
Yeah, it must be.
That Captain America was insane.
Yeah. Where do I stand with minifigures? Well, I stand, and then they're like this tall. So
hey, it's Fazoom.
Hey, Fazoom's on too.
Quick, send him the link. It's a trap.
You want a link? Let me know, Fazoom. I'll send it to you. You want to jump in and talk whatever we're talking about?
Meet some Canadians.
Fat Thumbs minifigures. I am not. Oh, he's not using the
he's not smoking the Kijiji.
The Kijiji, yes. Where do I stand on minifigures? I don't collect. I collect the collectible minifigs, but I don't ever need to be minifig complete in any way, shape, or form. So, I figured, Chris, it's okay.
Yeah.
I enjoy. I think you're in VBS this week, if I'm right. So yeah, I can understand it's going to be a week for you. So have a good sleep. Thanks for hopping on and saying hi.
Yeah. Have a good night.
So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are any of you guys minifig collectors really? I'm guessing Rick isn't because he said he only had 120 or whatever.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sort of do. Like I like with the Marvel minifigs. My plan is to have all the main characters that Lego makes.
Yeah.
Same with Star Wars, but not to the extreme.
Yeah, and I mean, I will collect some figs. I'm trying to think what that would be, but the older space figs, if I ever see them, I would pick them up, like the classic space guys and stuff. But you know, like I said, I'm collectible minifigure complete with exception to the soccer set, and if there was any others, the Olympics one. I never bothered with those ones, the UK Olympic teams. But I've got everything else. And that's just because at the time we would buy, you know, 3 of us would go together and buy a case or whatever.
Yeah.
However it would work out, we'd buy sets and sell off the rest. So.
I mean, I love minifigs. Yep. Take care, Fazoom. I love minifigs and I like them. I like to kit bash them. Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, kit bashing. Yeah. Mr. Blue is still on too. I got a cough. I'm just gonna mute for a second.
Yeah, no problem.
My throat's getting dry.
I should have made a cough sounding.
Then I'd be like, yeah, kit bashing. I mean, I recently, is stickers considered kit bashing? Because, you know, I made these guys in their fun stickery colors. But I will not walk over my webcam. That's still. I will build figs and make certain figs when I need to for my displays and stuff. But I build things like structured vehicles, stuff like that, more than individual figs. So I don't know. How about you guys?
I've been missing out on a lot of CMS because I like to not buy the set, even though I could just go with the lug because they buy like a set and then split it.
Yeah.
But we'll just choose and feel for them because stores haven't been open.
Yeah.
So the last Harry Potter series and
Mhm.
a bunch of other ones, I'm still hoping that stores will open before they retire.
Yeah.
Mm, mhm.
So the Looney Tunes one is the best one
Yeah.
that I've had so far because I bought a case, and Dave Cowdice said, and one case of Looney Tunes is 3 full sets. So for me, that was really easy because Dave Cowdice wanted a set, so I bought one case. He took a set, I took a set. I threw the rest of my Bricklink store, and most of them sold within a few days. I still have a few figs on my store that haven't, but
Yeah. And so a couple things. I totally hear what Jeff is saying right there.
mhm.
Like this little Jurassic Park build that I did today, it came with 3 really cool figs from the series. You know, it came with the main characters, Owen Grady and Claire Deering, but it also came with an ACU trooper. Now I'm not familiar with the Jurassic world,
Yeah.
you know, through and through, but it's nice to have like a generic trooper, and if you got
Mhm.
enough of them, you could make like a little, you know, team. But
Mhm.
I know what he means. Like if it's just a set, like a creator set, and there's no fig, it's kind of like, it's just a bunch of pieces. But once you put the character in it, then it becomes something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's quite true. Yeah.
Or like an animal or a reindeer.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then the other thing I was going to say is I have yet to make a single purchase from Bricklink from
wow.
anyone. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've also like never really bought a figure, like a minifig, just on its own.
Just for it. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, I went from having a few from oh hey Brick Dudes.
Hey, Brick
I went from having a few figs with my original sets from back in my childhood plus some in the 90s to having like 300 or so in one bulk lot. Like
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So now I've just got tons and I have them all sorted, and what I loved about it was that the ones that were broken apart, I would go on Bricklink, check out the torso, try to figure out who I had, and then put them together. I loved that investigation /
Yeah, that makes sense.
that was fun.
Since
And
we're
you go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, since we're Canadians and talk about stuff, I'm playing with banners and stuff, and
I like it. Canadian Brick Builders, CBB.
I don't know. Trying to figure out what we should call ourselves, but we'll put it up top. I guess that's anyway. That's
I like it. Canadian Brick Builders. It's cool.
it works.
And you do have some pieces I need.
Do I?
Yes,
Cool.
you do. Dark bluish gray, inverted slope,
Ooh.
1x2. It says you have 10 of them, but if you have more than 10,
Well, I have my own personal collection, but is
Ah.
that why you're asking what I was doing with my Lego when I was too old to?
Biggie ones.
Yes,
Because
I want to
for a
know
while.
if you will allow me to become your heir.
Oh, I see. Yes. Yeah, we've talked about that as well. Like, what happens if our family doesn't want it? Do you like have your friends buy out your collection type thing?
You almost
Which-
have to like it has to be in your will, and then
Yeah.
you have to specify it has to be somebody who knows Lego that's going to handle
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And then again, is that a business at some point? Right.
Oh.
As we all get older.
Chantel,
Yeah,
are
it's
you
just-
taking notes?
Take over all the people's.
Well, I mean,
people's-
I constantly see people on the Facebook chats saying, or on the Facebook groups saying, "Hey, how do I get my Lego insured?" And needing an appraiser for that.
Yeah.
There are no Lego appraisers. So, is there a market in the world for people that appraise Lego and buying, like people that would buy out collections type thing to sell off to fellow builders or whatever? Like there's could be a business there at some point.
Well, that's interesting. I'm sure that there is some level of business there. I just don't know if it would be enough to be.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
But,
You could do it as a part-time. I mean, somebody like yourself who has a collection that's the size that it is, that is definitely. I just don't know what would somebody charge? Would it be like 10 to 15% of the cost of the collection? Like how would you?
Like
and would it be on sale? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone in our lug did that sort of. They got out of Lego or something, and it all ended up with one person, and he paid one solid price for it, and then he's just trying to make it back, and then whatever extra he makes, it goes back to the main person. So he's not making any money off of it.
So it's like pro bono Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he's just trying to sell it all off.
Sell it all off. Yeah.
Well, I can pretty much guarantee that there's not going to be anybody in my my kids. My wife's not interested in it at all, and my kids probably won't be either. I mean, they'll look at it as like, well, this was dad's, but they won't have an interest in it like we do, right? So,
Yeah, and you wouldn't want them to hold on to it just because they have a sentimental value. It's
correct.
Like,
I
it's
want
like
them to
space.
get
This
rid
is
of
a
it and use the
retirement
money.
fund for you in the future type thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I think of it like you do, Jeff. I think of it like it's something that I can do for as long as my hands work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hopefully that's forever.
And my brain, and hopefully
Yeah.
that's forever. Exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's, I mean, we've had it like when we used to do shows, at like the Toy Train and Doll Show in Toronto, and we'd be there and we were like the 20, 30-year-olds putting up our Lego displays, and the Meccano guys were there.
Oh yeah.
And the Meccano guys are 60, 70-year-olds putting up their displays.
At that point, yeah.
And every year, and it was sad, but every year you'd hear them saying, "Oh, where's so and so? Oh, he passed this year." And then you'd see them bring in his collection, and they would kind of divvy it up,
Oh wow.
type thing, or whatever. Like I don't know if there's really a market for Meccano these days. There probably is, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a Meccano link site or something that
I think you have to write to them. It's not online. It's all done by handwriting and sending things through carrier pigeons and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably just eBay.
What's
Meccano? See?
Erector, is that the American name? Is Meccano Canadian? Because I
don't
always
know,
hear it called Erector sets as well. So I don't
Okay.
know if
They
that's
did a name change or something.
Yeah, they might have.
Another company bought it out or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
do they just have to rebrand it in America?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. But he
Well,
could also just be Jeff and be being sarcastic, right?
That's true.
Because that's Jeff.
That's Jeff. There's something that I had as a kid that I desperately I wish I still had today and had bought more of it, and that was Constructs. Yeah, he gets it. There you go. Are you familiar with Constructs?
Yeah, to an extent. I've had a few pieces in used lots that I bought years ago, but
Oh yeah.
I never actually collected it or anything.
It was awesome, and you could do a lot of stuff with it. It had large panels, and
Yeah.
Chantel, I don't know if you know what it is. Do you know what it is?
The name rings a bell. We might have had it, but
I'll
there's
Google
You
so
might
many
be thinking
different.
like Mega Construct, but yeah,
I'll Google it.
just gonna pull it up. But
Is it the one with
basically,
the poles? Is it like
yeah,
poles?
it's got
Yes.
like
Yeah.
square poles, square tubes, if you will, and then nodules like 6-pointed
Cylinders?
center. They're not cylinders; they're like little connector
really?
hubs, and you would snap the pole onto like it would snap on. You'll see in a second. It was such a cool toy.
Images.
Oh, those toys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Connects was the other name that they
Yeah,
used.
Connects is what. Yeah,
Constructs is the older stuff, I think, right?
Constructs is a completely different. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was Fisher Price.
Yeah.
I've seen
So
those.
what
before.
we had those in our grade school when I was a kid too. They had this type of a system.
Cool.
Oh yeah, we're like exactly the same age, are we not?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, it's like a whole building system as well, right?
It is, and my brothers, we had a lot of those blue and white sets, but you see, there's one there that's black and neon green that has glow in the dark parts, and it was just the coolest thing. And I spent like years with that stuff. It's just a fantastic toy, and I wish I still had it.
Yeah. Oh, this one here.
Yeah, the alien. I had that one.
Yeah. Cool. And it's funny because Lego did try this with Snap. ZNP, right?
Yeah,
Um,
very similar.
years
Yeah.
ago. And I have a bunch of that because they came with motors inside. And when they were discounted for like this set here, the
That looks
helicopter.
more like kinetics, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a
Kinetics.
connects, yeah. But they still have the same type of similar type of connection point.
Yes,
Where
Space
it's,
Constructs. Jeff knows it. Yeah, Constructs was boss. It really was.
It's just like-
And there was another great one. I'm going to see if I can find it now. What was it?
Did anybody have car sets that were like pre Hot Wheels Dara motor?
Dara?
Like Dara the Explorer.
No, you like pull them. They're like little motors, and you pull them, push down, and you pull back on these.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Almost
Okay.
like Hot Wheel tracks. They have like little inside motors that you can clip out.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I don't
awesome.
know that I've heard of that one. Cool.
Just some old random toy that I thought you might know what it was, or you might remember it.
Tyco bricks.
Oh, that's awesome.
I remember the Tyco bricks.
Yep.
Don't think I ever had any.
Oh, what was the other one that was there? It was another. Oh, robotics. Robotics. That's what it was. Remember robotics, Jeff?
Yes, it sounds familiar.
Yeah. So that was, again, it was a motorized toy that you put together, but it was a predetermined set. It wasn't like you could build anything with it.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we had a family friend that had one of these sets.
Yeah. So I had actually that's the one I had right there.
Well, how did I know? See,
It's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved that thing. So the legs would actually go over themselves. Like it would rotate and the one foot would come over and, leapfrog. But again, I used to play with that like crazy.
I think this is the one that our family friend had.
That's the big one.
Yeah. So I was never allowed to take it apart, but I could play with it as it was.
And it was a pretty limited toy. Like you really couldn't. But what I loved about it was you could connect those cables and make things move, and you could create different mechanisms, but it was pretty limited. It wasn't like Lego or Construx. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it probably would have gotten better if it had lasted longer as well.
Yep.
Right? More parts get added,
and it had figures, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Ah, the good old days.
The good old days. But it's funny because you think, like, I think back to that, and I'm like, oh, there were never any Lego knockoffs or anything. But I mean, there were Tyco. There was screens over here. I should probably talk this way.
All right.
There was Tyco, and there was like these types of things. There was the Meccano or the Erector, in case for Jeff. But I mean, it's totally different now.
Yeah.
Because now everything looks like Lego.
But that's the funny thing, isn't it? Because Lego's always trying to dive into the digital world and try to stay current and everything. But if you just think about it, the reason Lego's lasted so long, at least I believe, is because of its basics. It's just basic building bricks that you can put together in different ways.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that they didn't change. So like the bricks from the early days.
Exactly. Fits with bricks today. You got it.
Yeah.
We were talking about that actually just yesterday, is that like with all these new apps, before you could have Lego as your, like when you're a kid, and it'll still work today. If they make these sets that only, like the ones that only work with the remote control as the phone, it won't work in like 10, 20 years because the apps will be outdated by then.
Exactly.
That being said, though, people will probably make their own apps to, like, they'll reverse engineer it and stuff. Because Lego's okay with that in a lot of cases. Like the Mindstorms products, right? Back in 1998, when the Mindstorms bricks came out, you can't actually run those bricks on a computer anymore. Because we don't have the right connection points. Like we don't have the old serial ports that they used to go into.
Yeah.
But so the towers, the RIR towers were done that way. But people, like, you can still technically do it, but it has gotten to a point where unless you have a really old computer, you're a little out of luck, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So people, aka Jeff. What people? Did I say people? What? I don't know.
I think it was insinuating that you were trying to include an entire group, but it was really just you.
Oh, well, probably.
Yeah, with all the different knockoffs now, obviously Mega Bloks is pretty established. They're set. But there's this. Have you guys been out to Toys R Us and seen these Dragon Blocks?
Yeah, I think I have.
I haven't been to a Toys R Us in many years because we don't have any near me. So, what's a Dragon Block?
So it's another knockoff brick system. Okay. But if you when you go into Toys R Us now, you've got a huge Lego section. You've got a substantial Mega Block section. It's just one aisle, but it's got a lot of stuff. And then these Dragon Blocks are appearing, and the box art is kind of cheesy. It's like what you would imagine early Mega Bloks to look like.
Oh, yeah, okay. I've seen pictures of these before.
Yeah, but I'm tempted to pick up a secondhand set or potentially a brand new set just to build it and see
And
what it's
see.
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
The minifigures look horrendous in comparison to
Oh yeah.
actual minifigures.
Yeah.
But I
Wait,
want to see
this-
what the bricks are like.
This is a Lego set.
And that's the other thing is that they're basically like Lepin, like they
Yeah.
really, but yet they're in a store and selling. Like
Yeah.
so,
Crazy.
yeah. Once the patent was done, everybody just had at it. You've got Creo.
Yeah.
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 Oh, so Steve Weiser. Yes, when it was going down a few years back when they were talking about Toys R Us going out of business in the States, I was losing it because I was thinking if they take it away from Canada, I will be so upset. But thankfully, I'm sorry, Toys what? Yes, it's a store that started in America, Jeff, and it lives on in Canada.
Yes.
Technically, Greenland too.
It did actually close in Canada, but then a company bought out the rights.
Brought it up.
for it
That's
and
right. Yeah,
basically
but it all
continued
happened
it.
so quick that we didn't even
Yeah.
notice. Like, yeah.
I like Rio. They had Star Trek.
Yeah, that's right. Creo did do Star Trek, and that's what I mean is I don't have an entire set of Creo. I do have an entire set of Mega Bloks. 1 second.
So, Chantel, how are you doing?
Good.
He just said he's going to show Mega Bloks off. I think we should just remove him from the stream completely.
Yeah. No Mega Bloks here.
No. Technically, Mega Bloks are bricks, and if we're going like Canadian brick builders, I guess that's okay. Hey,
Well,
Jeff, how's the renovations going?
I shouldn't have gone to get it because in the process, a number of books fell over and some actual Lego fell down behind the
Oh, dear.
furnace. So, yeah. So this is
No.
what I bought.
Hold on, I'll put you on big screen.
You just made me disappear.
Let's see.
Classic. Okay, so
Well,
for the
it's-
purpose of comparison,
Yep.
that's all this is. I bought this at a garage sale
Oh, wow.
for $2.
Okay.
So somebody was selling it in sealed bags for $2. And walking up, I thought, oh my gosh, I see Lego. But then as soon as I saw the coloring, horribly, I thought I knew right away it wasn't. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy this just to see.
Yeah.
So I can say that it's sturdy. Like it's seriously like
Ugh.
sturdy. But
Yeah.
it's so sturdy that it's a pain to put it together. Like literally my hands were hurting.
Okay.
Yes.
Everything
So they-
fits so
It's
tight.
got too much clutch power now.
Yeah.
hmm
The
Huh.
tolerances aren't like Lego's got it down to a science, obviously.
In
R&D.
fact, if you may have an issue if you look close enough. Some of the bricks being so tight they start cracking.
Cracking. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that happens with Lego too.
Yeah, true.
I don't know how many cheese slopes I have right now that are cracking on the back.
Oh yeah. I feel dirty.
I feel dirty, Jeff. Well, you've been working all day, Jeff.
Mission
that's
accomplished.
understandable.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why you feel dirty. But yeah, I mean, there's some pieces that those like the Mega Bloks and that makes that would be amazing to have
I
as a
know.
Lego piece.
I know.
Mhm.
But and I forget who was watching, but someone a while ago was streaming and said they had a bag of Mega Block parts. Like when they do get Mega Block sets in their Lego, they throw out a lot of it or recycle a lot of it or free cycle it type thing, give it back away. But they will keep specific pieces that Lego doesn't make, just to throw into their models if they need that type of a piece.
Oh,
right?
interesting.
I don't remember. who
That
said
would make
but
me feel dirty.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
can't
I feel bad when I'm like grabbing bricks out and I notice I have something that's not. a
I
Lego
know.
brick. It's
Yeah.
like,
and you can tell from a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
You
A
can
lot
tell
of them.
just from looking at it.
which is awesome. Thank God.
Yes, exactly.
So, but yeah, it's kind of cool. Thanks for jumping in today, guys.
Hey, no worries. Thanks for inviting us.
Well, like I said, I was starting to build and wanted to work through some ideas. Don't know if I like them, but hey.
It's all looking good to me. What you got
Yeah.
there?
Well, I'll probably tear it apart again and redesign
Start
it. I like the corner. I like the transition from wall to
Yeah.
ground. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah, they totally have a different feel to them, and it's sound. If you
Yeah.
not like when you're brushing your hand through a box of Mega Bloks, it's totally different than Lego.
Sounds like a sharper,
Yeah, it's got
harder sound.
yes, harder plastic, and it's dry. That sounds dry.
Yeah.
The newest, they've actually changed the design of the brick separator.
Bye, Mr. Blue.
See, Mr. Blue, thanks for hanging out with us.
They changed the design of it, did they?
They changed something with the brick separator, and I again, random YouTube stream that I saw, and someone dropped a brick separator, and it sounded different than one of his other ones. And then you notice that the pattern number had changed. There wasn't any physical difference that you could see in it, and I was looking.
Just the plastics, maybe.
The plastic, and it might have a little bit more flex in it.
Interesting.
So there's 2 part numbers, and I don't remember what they are. I'm going to turn a light on here just because I'm old. So there's like 96874 is one of them. Oh, actually, I do have 2 different ones here. 31510. So I have a teal one here.
Yep.
Turn this back off. Actually,
I've got a teal one here as well.
So the teal one has the 35 series number. 305. You're doing the same thing. Just attach the light better. 31510. And when Rick, I wanted to go full screen, not you.
I know. I know.
Show that tube again from the beginning of the stream. Can you show that tube again? From the beginning of the stream. This will still be on YouTube afterwards. So you just have to go to. You might not see it directly, but if you go to my videos, and then I think you go to live streams, you can see it that way.
Cool. So I do have 2 different types.
I think it is cool. So anyway, yeah, but I mean the flex. Apparently, these newer ones have a little bit more flex to them.
Is that the
older style does?
Is that the 315 or 31510 that has more flex?
Yeah, the 31510.
Yep.
And the older one is the 96874 one.
Yep,
and
that's what
I do feel it. Like there's a different flex in this one.
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right. It's minimal, but it is there.
Apparently, let's just try. This is the new one. Well, that probably wasn't that. And here's the old one. The old one has a higher pitch. Hey, Brick Bunnies.
Oh, it does. It's a softer plastic. That's
softer
why.
Plastic, yeah.
Holy smokes, that's amazing. Cool.
I just started a random stream just of building
people dropping,
which I'm cool with.
Right.
So, so yeah. The old brick separators are awesome. I have a dozen of those still sealed. Oh, the old, are you talking about the old gray ones? These guys? Because these were my favorite and still are for certain jobs.
So now I'm going to wonder, because what I noticed about the old ones, and I'll hold this up and see if you can see it. But
hold on, I'll full screen you again.
I don't think it's going to work.
The end is chewed away.
Yeah, it gets chipped.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now it's
I'm wondering with the new softer plastic if that'll be worse or better. Probably.
Yeah, I
I
don't
would
know.
assume worse.
Well, I would hope better, but yeah, the gray and green old brick separators. Yeah, they're awesome. I have a few around, but not as many as I used to. I used to actually take one of these and sorry, Rick, I just realized I'm holding it up and no one's. Chantel is there. Hold on, let's go to that one. There we go. I have one of these on a lanyard. Actually, I have a lanyard with both of these on it that I wear to shows. So if I ever need a brick separator, I have it right on my neck.
That's awesome.
And if someone else needs it, I can just toss it to them and say, "Here you go."
I've got an old green one like that.
Yeah,
the big ones.
Very nice. Thanks, Ben. I posted a video the other day for one of my other buildings.
Cool.
So, but yeah. Well, this has been a couple hours. I think I might kill it in a few moments.
Absolutely.
Thanks for hanging out. If you guys can stay on for a few minutes, I just want to bounce something off of you.
Okay.
Sure.
And we'll say goodbye for now. Thanks for tuning in. Again, you can rewatch this later on YouTube. And we have a regular stream with some of these characters on Wednesday nights. And this Wednesday, we're talking about sorting. So, Steve, if you have time Wednesday night, 9 Eastern, join us. And you can enjoy the sorting fun because it is fun.
Don't forget to hit that like button and then subscribe to Jeff's channel.
Yeah, my sister will be happy that you said that, Rick.
There you go.
She's like, you gotta tell people. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys later. Oh, BW tossed me a link to the after show. Yeah, sure, Jeff.
Oh, cool.
We'll do. All right, we'll end the broadcast and I'll toss you that link, Jeff.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, I keep on forgetting I have to hit the end button twice. Bye.